In motorcycle history, "You meet the nicest people on a Honda" is one of the most well-known phrases. And Hondas frequently fit that criteria when it comes to excellent motorcycles. A wonderful example of a terrific product is the CB1100 EX, a wonderfully upgraded version of the 2013 released retro-themed CB1100. Additionally, Honda outfitted the CB1100 EX with several high-end parts made of more expensive aluminum than steel. An aluminum chain guard adds a sophisticated touch, and alloy engine covers go well with a blacked-out engine. The new LED headlamp is also supported by aluminum brackets, and the upper triple clamps feature a gorgeous brushed finish that is clear-coated. The 48 spokes of the previous CB frame were replaced with 40 stainless steel spokes mounted in smaller aluminum wheel hubs. With a full 4.4-gallon gasoline tank, the EX weighs 562 pounds, making it a heavyweight motorbike even with its aluminum components. However, the CB1100 feels everything but hefty while in motion. The bike's narrow tires, measuring 110/80ths R18 and 140/70ths R18, which have the same width as the Ninja 300, are said to contribute to its agility. With a 58.7-inch wheelbase, 114mm trail, and a 27.0-degree caster angle, its chassis shape isn't very sporty. Size queens and kings shouldn't worry about whining about the thin rubber because there's plenty of grip to give traction up to and past the footpeg's cornering clearance, which will drag if ridden aggressively. Recall that the CB is a nice bike, not a superbike from the 1980s, so your hopes of becoming Freddie Spencer might not come true. When ridden properly, though, the CB is a pleasure to lean into and turns with a linearity not seen on most current motorcycles. This is partly because the front wheel is 18 inches rather than the standard 17 inches. The Honda responds to maneuvers with assurance, so riders need not worry about being taken by surprise. The revised suspension system keeps the wheels of the CB1100 in control. The new 41mm Showa fork up front stands out for its comfort and control. Honda calls it the dual bend valve and says it performs like a cartridge fork but weighs less. And probably less expensive. Excellent response. The rear suspension is also new, using an updated version of the classic dual shock with 4.5 inches of travel. It is merely spring preload adjustable, much as the fork. Although rebound damping seems a touch slack, compliance is decent. The brakes are designed with a modern aesthetic in mind. A single piston caliper and a 256mm rear rotor are combined with standard ABS to provide bite on a pair of 296mm discs up front. Strong yet steady power is combined with good feedback to provide the necessary deceleration at the appropriate pace. The 4-cylinder engine of the CB1100, which dates back to Honda's heyday when it dazzled riders with the original CB754, is undoubtedly its heart. This one drives 4 valves per cylinder with twin overhead cams and fuel injection. Even with the new technology, such as oil and air cooling, the 1140cc engine is a sissy. Honda claims that the new 4x2 exhaust, updated air intake, and air cleaner enhance engine breathing and power characteristics, but the engine seems a lot like the previous one, which was dyno calibrated at 83.5 horsepower in the shootout that is linked below. Although calling one of the flattest torque curves we've ever seen a peak is a bit misleading, torque peaks at 66 pound-feet. Strong bottom-end power delivery makes it possible to launch from a stop in second gear, and power delivery is anything but peaky. The assist feature of the new clutch is said to reduce lever effort by 16%, and its modulation is entirely predictable. The updated slipper feature isn't very flexible. Reach adjustment is available for both hand levers. While it's not sluggish, the CB1100 is also not speedy. Although there is always power available because to the wide power band, Sporty riders may not be entirely content because the power tapers off when the revs surpass 7,000 revolutions per minute. The power will satisfy those who are searching for a classic machine similar to the CB, but aggressive riders may choose to add a bigger cam set to increase the bike's maximum output. When applying compression brakes, the exhaust note is quite deep and has a pop that makes it sound like a 1970s 4. The 4 places for mounting on the twin-mount steel frame of the CB, 2 of which are rubberized to reduce vibration, support the motor. Rubber mounts are also used on the handlebars to reduce undesired vibrations. Although there's still a slight kick, the rider doesn't find it problematic.